E buonasera. Buonasera, buonasera. Verifichiamo che tutto sia connesso. Questo è connesso, questo c'è. Qua. Ok. YouTube. Manca solo YouTube. YouTube che spero che fai i capricci. Ok, allora. Buonasera. E salva. Perfetto. Dunque, ho perso il mio vestito, quello diciamo principale. E niente, ho dovuto ripiegare su un coso a caso che mi fa recuperare 2 perché è comodo. C'è da dire che tanto ormai le cose della... Questo mi facile, sì. Tanto ormai le sfide di persuasione non mi interessano più. Nel senso che ho fatto quasi tutto quello che dovevo fare. Volevo andare un attimo, adesso che ho fatto tutta la parte divertentissima di... Ci passo. Ho fatto già tutta la parte divertentissima di svuota l'inventario, vendi le cose in vari mercanti in giro per il mondo. Volevo controllare se... Questo calo di grafica
If you
improvviso.
have a news story for me, I'm very... My source is back. Here to report anything else?
No?
Next time, then.
Tipo che il governatore di Marte si è dovuto dimettere perché tipo tutti i segreti. Va bene, va bene. Your choice. Quindi poi aspetta. Perché l'interno funziona tutto benissimo, all'esterno si vede DM? Però Sara voleva
I have an
parlarmi.
important personal decision to make, but I need to discuss something with you first.
Ok.
Phew, thank you. So, where to start? Before I was with the Navigator Corps, I was career military, part of the United Colonies Navy. When the Colony War broke out, I was posted as the chief navigator on a warship, the Dauntless.
Direi che va bene.
Well, the position didn't last long. There was a particularly bloody battle. We were fighting over a world in the Eta Cassiopeia system. Worst fighting I'd ever seen. We lost 12 ships that day. 12. Including my own. Economic reasons. Several of the worlds in the Cassiopeia system were mineral-rich.
Ok.
Both sides wanted to drop refinery outposts on the surface to bolster their supply. No. This is important. I need to tell you this.
Prego.
The ship was barely intact. The captain and first mate died the previous day, which put me in command. A shrewd captain would have called for the crew to abandon ship. But I was so angry. I wanted to stay. I needed to fight. The Dauntless was a tough little ship. No shields and the hull was breached, but it still had power. And weapons. That's why I remained in the battle. Huge mistake. Well, I didn't have the luxury of indecision. I had to act. We fought for hours, but the damage was fatal. I gave the order to abandon ship and the crew piled into the escape shuttle. As the shuttle launched, I could see it was damaged. I heard screams before the radio cut. The last thing I saw, they were spiraling helplessly towards the planet's surface. There was nothing I could do.
Ok.
You're sorry. For me? If I hadn't been so stubborn, so eager to prove that I could handle command, my crew would have had more time to escape. Try telling that to their loved ones. When the dust settled, the United Colonies gave me a medal. Can you believe that? A damn medal. I never even had a chance to find the shuttle wreckage and give my crew a proper burial. That's true, but still, it doesn't erase the real issue here.
Ok.
Remember when you said no one but me would have pushed harder to keep the Navigator core going? Well, this time, pushing too hard cost lives.
Don't you get it? Everything I do, everything I touch, somehow falls apart. That's why I'm worried about us.
Ok. Vediamo. Questa mi pare più...
You still have faith in me. I don't even know what to say. I never realized how much you cared about me.
Così diretto? Ah, questa friendzone diretta. Questa è più tranquilla. Questa rischia di andare pure questa in friendzone. E questa rischia. C'è un counter flirt generico. Mi sto innamorando, è pesante.
This silence is getting awkward.
Ah, lol. Pensavo di aver tutto il tempo che volevo per rispondere. Ah, sei proprio scurita. E se aspetto ancora di più? Ma tu qua, cioè, che storia. Era tutta... nel senso. Anzi, tipo cane bastonato. E allora diciamo che per continuare il flirt fino in fondo dovrei andare di questa, probabilmente. Però, vabbè, rischiamo, dai.
You know, I've spent a lot of time thinking about us, about our relationship, how we've clearly become close. I practiced what I was going to say when the moment was right, and now that it's here, my mind's gone blank. Look, you deserve the best. Someone who can give themselves to you entirely. But right now, I have too much baggage. Too much on my mind. I hope you'll forgive me for pushing you away. I just need time.
Va benissimo così. E va benissimo così. Allora. Quindi è andata bene, dai. Pensavo di aver fatto un disastro. Allora. Questo unico vestitino che mi è rimasto, che comunque è abbastanza anonimo, peccato. Ehi, tu c'è la faccia di uno col nome. No, invece sei uno unnamed. Dunque. Adesso c'era la tipa, quella dei regali, perché magari mi dà qualche altra quest, ma no. Va bene. Tu non puoi mangiare qua,
Yeah.
vero? Ah!
Fishing for a handout.
Sì, già che mi
Bye
devi
bye.
dare le foglie che trovi in giro. Grazie. Molto gentile. Va bene. Quindi. Dicevamo. Per quanto riguarda le varie... Per quanto riguarda le varie missioni. Allora, a parte che devo assolutamente scaricarmi la mod che ho visto che appiattisce e fa vedere molte più missioni in una cosa sola. Però. Allora, prima di tutto devo andare a parlare con il capo delle guardie, che ovviamente non si chiama capo delle guardie, però va bene. Dovrebbe essere questa. Dove è un posto? Il posto d'atterraggio, spazioporto. Capitano della sicurezza, insomma, quello lì. Sì, che negli altri giochi è giustamente il capitano delle guardie. Qua non sono guardie, ma sono vigilanti, poliziotti. Capo della sicurezza. Sicurezza. Una delle cose che dovrò fare poi è spendere punti nella corsa, perché sono veramente stufo di avere senza fiato.
If it isn't,
Ciao,
crime
capo.
has slowed down since you started
Devo
telling.
giusto chiedere questo.
Not right now, but John Tuala over at Musk
John
might.
Tuala.
I hear they're looking for new recruits to join the Vanguard. I check with him.
Ci sono già
Let me know
stato.
if you
Va
have any
bene.
questions.
Va bene. Quindi dobbiamo proseguire col filone della Vanguard. Per il filone della Vanguard possiamo tranquillamente andare. Ma perché sono diventati così brutti gli esterni? Che strano, sarà un altro aggiornamento. Stamattina mentre mi sono connesso per sistemare i negozi, vabbè, gli inventari così, praticamente c'erano le pietre a mezz'aria, mi sono trovato senza testa. Non so. Caricamento.
I'm listening.
Che poi è curioso perché se... Cioè, se ha delle zone così piccole, perché ha bisogno di così tanto caricamento? Beh. Allora, mi pare che di qua si vada esattamente. Allora, dove devo andare? Non mi segni più cosa devo fare perché giustamente sto antipatico. Però direi sala orientamento all'avanguardia. Così a naso, eh. Ok. Diamo un salva, che si fa sempre bene.
I really hope all this historical junk isn't gonna be on the test.
Allora, candidato Firex, sono io. Taglia corrente. Allora, sì, rispetto alla VDA ho caricato e ho buttato la roba di contrabbando che c'avevo nello zaino sulla solita luna. Non mi ricordavo di averla, quindi... Allora, vediamo un po'. Entrare all'avanguardia, ogni accetti di svolgere servizi indispensabili. Serio pericolo, causando potenziali danni a te, alla tua nave. Va bene. Sembra il bugiardino dei farmaci. Allora, in cambio all'avanguardia si impegna a compensare ogni capitano. Va bene. Tutti i candidati dovranno ottenere un soddisfacente punteggio nel simulatore. Va bene. Ok, avendo soddisfatto entrambi i requisiti. Ok, dopo un tot di tempo vi vince la cittadinanza. Puoi accettare il suddetto impegno? Consenso documento. Procedere alla camera di esame e orientamento di lavoro. Va bene, menu principale. Ti diamo il benvenuto.
You may now proceed through the historical displays in the orientation hall, or continue on to the examination.
Urca. Esame di storia. La fine della Terra.
In 2150, humanity learned the Earth's magnetosphere would collapse sometime in the next half-century, eliminating all life on the planet. Decisive action was required, but the secure transport of an entire civilization would demand a new kind of cooperation, a new kind of courage, and a new kind of union. Thus, in 2159, the United Colonies were formed to make that journey possible.
Ok.
Just 1 year later, the Galileo, the first of many colony ships, touched down here on Jemison, beginning a new era of human history, the age of the United Colonies.
The effort and planning it must have taken to evacuate literally the entire planet. Can you imagine? The logistics alone must have been mind-boggling.
I'm not part of the tour. Move along.
Ma non ti arrabbiare. Ho solo cliccato. Ok, quindi nascono le fazioni.
From their foundation, the United Colonies strove to provide all their citizens with opportunity, security, and peace.
Chiaro?
But there were those among the UC that still wanted something more. Independence. So in 2161, the UC issued the Centaurus Proclamation, granting UC citizens the right to settle distant worlds and form their own sovereign powers. It wasn't long before the first new faction, the Free Star Collective, was formally organized in 2188, later followed by House Varun, revealing themselves to the universe in 2230.
The result of the Centaurus Proclamation has always left me torn. So much conflict arose as a result. Was it worth it?
Ah, la casata dei serpentacci.
It was only in 2230 that the faction known as House Varun first made contact with the rest of the settled systems. Founded by the passengers of a colony ship that had left New Atlantis and disappeared 4 decades earlier, House Varun was a faction unlike any other. A theocracy dedicated wholly to the beliefs of its isolationist founder, Janan Varun. House Varun initially made overtures of peace towards the rest of the settled systems. They claimed their only intention was to spread the word of their god, the Great Serpent.
Ok.
But none could have guessed that this worship might take the form of a bloody war, the Serpent's Crusade.
Ok, grazie per avermi rovinato l'inquadratura. Un Marel con tanto di man dietro la schiena. E guardi... Ah, e guardi pure l'orologio perché sei qua solo per dar fastidio. Grazie. Molto gentile.
The Free Star Collective was initially founded in 2188, when the citizens of Aquila banded together with the pleasure city of Neon in mutual defense. But in 2194, after the deployment of a UC medical star station in orbit around their world, the citizens of Narion also requested to join the collective. The resulting rise in tensions between the Free Star Collective and UC culminated in the settled system's first intergalactic conflict, the Narion War. Despite a decisive victory by the UC, the colonies permitted the citizens of Narion to join the collective, forming the basis for the fiercely independent union that persists to this day.
Ok. Se comunque rimane. Speriamo non mi chieda le date. La crociata da... bello, c'è tutto proprio.
Beginning in 2240, House Varun forces declared all-out war on the rest of human civilization, initiating the Serpent's Crusade. For the next 23 years, thousands of Freestar, UC, and independent souls were killed by agents of House Varun in the name of their serpent god. It was only with the death of their founder in 2263 and the succession of his heir, Jarek, that House Varun finally sued for peace.
Ok.
There remained, however, select members of House Varun who refused to recognize the cessation of hostilities their leaders established. Even after House Varun's mysterious disappearance, these zealots remain a threat to all who encounter them. Their pacification, a goal of all space.
Eh sì.
Of the many conflicts between the galaxy's factions, none was more brutal than the recent colony war between the UC and the Freestar Collective. Set off by the unauthorized Freestar colonization of Vesta's Pride in 2308, a direct violation of the Nerion Treaty, the colony war spread quickly across the galaxy. Both sides deployed every tool at their disposal. Armadas of warships, mechanized combat platforms, or mechs, even bioengineered alien creatures, the infamous UC xeno-weapons. It was only in 2311 at the Battle of Cheyenne that the scales finally tipped. The Freestar Collective, utilizing their civilian fleet as a human shield, successfully crippled the superior United Colonies Navy. After their shocking victory against the galaxy's greatest navy, the Freestar Collective offered terms of peace, which the colonies, out of an interest in staving off any further human costs, accepted. The galaxy has been rebuilding ever since.
Ok.
The colony war was a horrible conflict that irreparably wounded the settled systems. There were times I felt that it would never end.
Ok.
Few settled worlds were left untouched by the colony war. But nowhere could the viciousness of modern warfare be seen more clearly than on the Freestar planet of Nera. Initially occupied by invading United Colonies forces as a forward operating position, repeated attempts to take and retake the planet by collective forces led only to devastation. Swaths of the world were transformed into scorched husks, a nightmarish testament to the depths of human ingenuity and human cruelty. And today, Nera remains a continuing reminder to the horrors of unfettered war.
Questo qua è un mech per collettivo. Ok.
This thing's like an artist's rendition, right? No animal can be this ugly in real life.
I can't stop staring at it. A real terramorph.
Bello.
I really hope this is just a phase.
Do not touch. Ok.
In the midst of the colony war, a different kind of tragedy struck the UC city of Londinian. A newly constructed but critical supply center for the United Colonies' war effort, Londinian found itself overrun by one of the galaxy's most mysterious predators, the Terramorph. A rare but pervasive threat to all human-settled worlds, Terramorphs xenomorphs swept over the city, seemingly out of nowhere, on a scale never before seen in recorded history. Valiant efforts by the UC military slowed the onslaught, but the creatures proved unstoppable. Ultimately, the decision was made to destroy the Londinian spaceport, sealing off the city, the outbreak, and its citizenry from the galaxy at large.
Bello.
The tragedy of Londinian is mourned by the UC to this day.
Ok.
After the devastation wrought by the Colony War, the UC and the Freestar Collective came together to ratify a treaty that became known as the Armistice. Both sides agreed to a vast reduction in standing forces, and that xenoweapons and mech warfare would be outlawed. All related research was sealed away, accessible only in cases of dire emergency. But the Collective had another demand, that the active commanders of the UC military stand trial for their actions. The United Colonies, in the interest of peace and galactic security, agreed. In 2311, 3 United Colonies senior officers were found guilty.
Di cosa?
Commander Henry Durant, General Indira Rastogi, and Fleet Admiral Francois Sanon, known better as Ve Victus. All were sentenced to death for their actions, bringing the colony war to a close and returning peace to the galaxy at long last.
I was a strong supporter of the Armistice. All of the terrible weapons that both sides used against one another. It had to end.
Ok. Carino. Posso zoomare? Ah, la copia dell'armistizio, va bene.
Always good to see another badge.
It was into this new world that the Vanguard was born. An official branch of the UC Navy, the Vanguard is the United Colonies Volunteer Fleet, serving a myriad of security, logistical, and reconnaissance roles. And after a sufficient length of service, UC citizenship is guaranteed to every Vanguard member. Open to all captains, regardless of origin, the Vanguard is leading the charge to protect and support the citizens of the United Colonies, wherever in the galaxy they may be.
Questa qua è la longbow, come si chiama? Bellina.
No one is born a United Colonies citizen. Only through service to the UC can one hope to earn one's citizenship. But the UC prides itself on taking care of its people. Cost of living controls mean citizens pay less than their foreign counterparts for needs big and small. All citizens are issued a grant upon joining to get themselves on their feet. And only UC citizens have the opportunity to purchase property, getting the chance to live in one of the most beautiful cities in the settled systems. By joining the Vanguard today, you too can begin earning your place here, in the heart of galactic civilization, as a citizen of the United Colonies.
Ok. E qua c'è il simulatore. Ok, ho visto tutta la storia. Speriamo non mi chieda le date. Carina comunque come modo di spararti la
knows
lorra.
how they move between planets. I wonder if they can grav jump or something.
No. Tra l'altro avevo
You know
letto...
it was some UC general that condemned Londinium? Gave it over to these things. One of these murals said he was executed after the war. Might have gotten off too lightly.
E dicevo che avevo letto uno di quei muscoletti che si trovano, che dicevano che non... nel primo posto, mi pare. Spiegavano proprio dove... Spiegavano proprio da dove arrivavano e... l'origine, essenzialmente.
I've always wanted to live in New Atlantis, but they only let citizens buy property, so here I am.
Va bene, quindi ora c'è da fare l'esame finale, che era di là. Giustamente avevo attiva la vecchia missione. Il fiato non basta mai. Ok. Chiuso fuori Sara come al solito dalle porte. Ci credo che non è convinta e la chiudo sempre fuori. Ah, questi che sono le navi, quelle standard, immagino. Belle modellini.
Welcome, applicant, to the piloting simulation chamber. Please enter the designated simulation pod to initiate...
I've spent a fair bit of time in simulators just like these. They're startlingly realistic. Have fun.
Ah, you must be our new applicant. I'm Proctor Samuelson. The simulator's already been prepped. You can head in whenever you're ready.
Dunque,
The simulator is designed to be a near-perfect replica of a Class B Deimos hoplite, the United Colony's standard destroyer model. It's been tuned to provide a challenging but fair fight against the enemy squadrons you'll encounter inside. While I can't answer that question directly, I will say this. Due to the solitary nature of our work, resourcefulness is a critical tool in any Vanguard pilot's repertoire. You're permitted, even encouraged, to use whatever tool you're able to find in there. Of course, you'll be running through a high-realism combat flight simulation, engineered by members of the UC science staff, right here in Mast. Your task is to defeat at least 3 tiers of simulated opponents. Accomplish that, and you pass the exam, and can then proceed on to your probationary mission. However, if you defeat more than 3 tiers of enemies, your required enlistment time for citizenship will be reduced, and your enlistment bonus increased. But you're welcome to try as many times as you like before returning to Commander Tuala, to proceed on to the next step in your application process. We'll only keep the highest score you manage to achieve in there.
Va bene.
All right then.
Giustamente un
Bobby
caricamento.
Jemison.
This is the Mark 18 Flight Simulation Chamber applicant, currently in orbit around a high-detail recreation of a remote world. When you're ready to begin, please take a seat in the pilot's chair.
Diamo il benvenuto. Dai.
Your exam is simple. Defeat as many tiers of opponents as you can before your ship is disabled. You must defeat at least 3 tiers of opponents to pass the exam. Good hunting, applicant.
però il motore non mi interessa. Direi che metto al massimo scudo e armi, sì.
New targets active.
Buono.
All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 1 reached. Initiating Tier 2.
Ok, laser al massimo, missili al
Targets
massimo.
active.
Ok. Quello cos'è? Stazione abbandonata. Ok, devo evitare il missile. Ok. Non dal laser, sì, perfetto. Ok. Ok, ottimo. Chissà se posso abbordarli. Sarebbe figo. No, non posso abbordarlo. Beh, chiaramente. È una simulazione di volo.
All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 2 reached. Initiating Tier 3. New targets active.
Infatti una cosa utile da fare sarebbe via il missile. Dicevo, una cosa utile da fare sarebbe continua a perdere il target, che c'è? Leggere la portata del
All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 3 reached.
Congratulations, applicant. You've defeated sufficient opponents to pass the exam. You may now exit the simulator through the hatch to record your current score, or stay and try your hand at the remaining tiers.
Beh.
Resuming the examination.
New targets active.
Dimentico sempre che non è tab ma è desk.
All targets eliminated. Progress recorded.
Ottimo.
Tier 4 reached. Initiating Tier 5.
Bella sta nave. Grazie, graziella.
New targets active.
No. C'ho in coda che continua a spararmi, che non riesco a vedere.
Halting simulation. You have passed, applicant.
Top. Ero qui tutto gasato che fino adesso ho preso 0 danni. Ah, farò livello 1000. Quasi, dai. Che altro la domanda è... Ok, riavvia il livello attuale. Va bene.
Simulation. Reset. Prepare for your first opponent.
New targets active.
Motore.
You have passed, applicant. You may proceed to the exit hatch to log your results, or restart the exam from the simulation's control terminal.
Ero tutto qua che mi bullavo. Ah, sono bravissimo, eh. Sto prendendo solo mazzate. Tra l'altro non posso spendere i punti nelle skill perché... Questo qua, il tab mi fa fare l'esc. Vabbè, dai. Ultima giusto per, poi casomai ci torno dopo.
Simulation reset. Prepare for your first opponent.
New targets active.
Disabilitato il motore. Che è imbarazzante.
Halting simulation. You have passed, applicant. You may proceed to the exit hatch to log your results, or restart the exam from the simulation's control terminal.
O perché non ho punti nelle skill di navigazione.
Cioè,
prima sono andato bene e ne ho spaccata una, due. Ok. Ah, 4 di 6. Fammi riprovare, va. Anche se non sono a 5 di 6, quindi se già questo è difficile, chissà il prossimo. Però iniziamo a passare questo.
Prepare for your first opponent.
Non ho neanche riparato lo scudo, quindi in realtà...
New targets active.
Halting simulation. You have passed, applicant. You may proceed to the exit hatch to log your results, or restart the exam from the simulation's control terminal.
Cambiamo tattica. Starò vicino a un asteroide e ci giro intorno. Direi che è la soluzione migliore. O meglio, direi di dire. In realtà non so un cavolo. Ancora gli motori rotti, porca miseria.
Halting simulation. You have passed, applicant. You may proceed to the exit hatch to log your results.
Abbiamo spaccato i motori.
Restart the exam from the simulation's control terminal.
Mi spaccano i motori. Mi spaccano i motori. E vabbè. Grazie, Graziella.
Simulation reset. Prepare for your first opponent.
Bisogna un meteorite grosso.
New targets active.
Già agganciato 3 navi diverse, quindi però non ho premuto lei, perché mi cambiava target? Questa cosa è strana. Oh.
Shield upgrade active. Damage upgrade active. New ally active.
Questo cambia un po' le cose. Al netto che momento già perso.
Halting simulation. You have passed, applicant. You may proceed to the exit hatch to log your results, or restart the exam from the simulation's control terminal.
Quindi così che si passa l'esame. Livello 6. Riavvia il livello attuale. Ok.
Simulation reset. Prepare for your first opponent.
New targets active.
Quindi ora mi alzo. Ok. Alleato eliminato, ho letto. Era utile avercelo vivo durante il combattimento. Non so. Ah no, non posso riavviare fin tanto che... Quindi no. Devo per forza aspettare di esplodere. Teoricamente, quando ho capito, ci sarà già tutto. Sia i vari potenziamenti, sia l'aiuto.
Simulation reset. Prepare for your first opponent.
L'assistente non lo vedo in realtà, però.
New targets active.
Facciamo così, lascio in pausa e ci riprovo dopo.